which quarterback does the first series, and do you have any kind of plan?
We'll have a plan. Look, they'll both play in this first game, and they'll both play the following week. We'll flip them, and we'll kind of go from there. We'll go through that as a staff tonight. All the roles. There'll be a few guys maybe that we don't play, and then we typically we divide it into about 3 phases. Phase 1, we might want to see about 18 to 22 snaps. In phase 2, maybe a similar amount, and then somewhere in that later third quarter, phase 3. Now we're not necessarily 100% relative to the roster, so there's going to be some guys play a little bit more than just 18 snaps, but I don't want to see guys north of 29 snaps generally. Special teams will be first half, second half, with specialists, and we'll go through all of that. How we come out of the tunnel and warm up. It's a first for a lot of these guys. How we act on the sideline, what we do, what we don't do on the sideline. We're never given an interview during a game on our bench area ever. Whoever's out there, it's important for.
Sean, could Payton Turner and Pete Werner play in this game Saturday, or is that?
We'll see. No, I'm not ruling those guys in or out. We'll see how they feel today, and we don't see them being long-term injuries. So I'm anxious to hear the trainers report today.
You just referenced new players and how you do it on the sideline and things like that. You had so many veteran players here. Not that you change your expectations, but do you change how you maybe evaluate how people act during the game and do things during the game? Or do they have to change for you?
They have to change. I don't want players sitting on their helmet with both ear pads sticking out the ear holes. I don't want players sitting on their helmets. I don't want an in-game interview on the sideline while someone's playing. And so there's some attention to detail, and it's kind of been consistent going all the way back, and that doesn't mean that's exactly right for every club. That's what we believe. And these snaps are really important. Now, they may not be important in the second half for a certain veteran player, but they're very important for someone else. And you want your team into it, paying attention, focused. There's in every game there's these learning moments, and so there's certain things that we expect.
When you're kind of breaking down the plan for Saturday and beyond in the preseason, you're going to be splitting snaps, quarterbacks. How do you communicate that to both guys at the same time? Is that like different conversations they're going to have? How do you?
Together. I mean, they're in meetings together. They go to the quarterback meeting together, and Pete and Ronald and myself. Hey, this is the plan for this week. Here we go. Let's get ready. Next week, we do that with every position. These players tonight and tomorrow are going to have a clear vision as to how many plays, how long, and what group. And that's the first thing you want in a preseason game is organization, not clutter. You want 11 guys on the field. You want everyone to be on the same page. You don't want substitution problems. You don't want center quarterback exchange problems. You wanted, the fundamentals of just being able to get started in the right direction. I think, and so for us as coaches, it's giving clarity to that as best we can.
Did the team end up get to phase 3? Do you try and keep a couple of older players in there just for continuity's sake?
Well, sometimes it's you have to. But we haven't purposely left the veteran in. These guys got to be able to function just like they're out here. They're going to make some mistakes. We'll correct it on film, but make them going fast. And so in some areas we're a little thin, like every team is, and some guys might play a little bit more. But yeah, that's about it.